Not doing it will be catastrophic. We'll have 8 degrees, we'll be 8 degrees hotter in 30 or 40 years, and basically none of the crops will grow. Most of the people will have died, and the rest of us will be cannibals. Civilization will have broken down. The few people who are left will be living in a failed state like Somalia or Sudan, and living conditions will be intolerable. The droughts will be so bad there'll be no more corn growing. Not doing it is suicide. Just like dropping bombs on each other, nuclear weapons is suicide. So we've got to stop doing the two suicidal things, which are hanging on to our nuclear weapons
and global
and then after that we've got to stabilize the population. When I was born, there were
so what's wrong with the population? I mean,
with too many people. That's why we have global warming. We have global warming because too many people are using too much stuff. But if there were less people, they'd be using less stuff.
Mr. Turner, I was wondering if you think it's a good idea to reduce 90% of the population because we are being overpopulated by a lot of... 90%. 80? Prince Philip said 80, sir. I go with 85.
I think 2 billion is about right.
Right, me too. Thank you.
One-child family.
Exactly. One-child policy.
In the last 50 years, we've doubled our population, tripled the amount of food and water we use, and we have quadrupled the use of fossil fuels. Every 4 days, there's 1 million more people on the planet.
How is the world going to cope with this explosion in population?
The UN predicts that by the end of the decade, we will have a population of 10 billion.
I am a firm believer that climate change is real, that it is impacted by human behavior.
The government has declared most of South America a disaster zone.
Extreme drought and massive dust storms have shut down the Earth's entire agricultural system.
Too many people, not enough food.
In an effort to combat the food shortage, the European Federation has placed the world's future into the hands of science. The development of more resilient, high-yield, genetically modified crops is being fast-tracked around the globe. Shelves once empty are now fully stocked.
But the tinkering with nature has created long-term consequences. Across the world, we are witnessing a staggering spike in multiple births and genetic defects.
The solution is now feeding the problem.
It is the biggest crisis in human history.
Political activist and renowned conservation biologist Dr. Nicolette Calme has prompted the Federation to institute a one-child per family policy called the Child Allocation Act.
We are one human family sharing this earth. Today, together, we make history. The Child Allocation Act is the first vital step towards preserving our planet and making a better future for our children.
New legislation has been swift. Checkpoints have been erected across the nation. All citizens are required to wear a Bureau-issued identity bracelet. And from this day forth, illegally conceived siblings will be remanded to Bureau-enforced cryosleep.
Children are more than just children. They are the future. With cryosleep, we'll make sure your child rests peacefully, humanely, free from hunger, safe from harm, while we work to build a better, brighter future. Cryosleep. Awake to a better world.
I know there's maybe a lot of resistance, but with a one-child policy, it may give us some time.
The world of tomorrow and the instruments of science which are shaping it may seem remote and fantastic, but yesterday's fantasies are becoming today's facts. How will these great advances influence and benefit our personal lives? Let's look into any ocean, lake, pond, or puddle. Here in this watery world, cool and calm as can be, lives this damp little drip floating peacefully. But when the heat's on, the sun comes out. The rays, they agitate him, make him jump about. Well, he gets all shook. Look out, stand back. He's going to blow his stack. The drip evaporates, and then he's joined by his friends. They're together again. They float up high on the moist, warm air. We can't see them, but they're still there. They fly way up where the cold's intense, then back into droplets. They condense, and that's what makes a cloud. But when too many droplets crowd a cloud, that crowded cloud, he cries out loud. That's the way we get the rain. Well, look who's here, the little drip again. Our Earth is surrounded by an envelope of air. Radiant energy, constantly pouring out from the sun, heats the Earth and its atmosphere unevenly from pole to equator, setting in motion broad flowing rivers of air. Wherever opposing currents of air develop, giant eddies and whirlpools are formed. These are traveling areas of low pressure in the atmosphere. The clash of these opposing air streams causes clouds to form and usually brings stormy weather. Between the areas of low pressure, there are eddies rotating in the opposite direction. Here, air pressure is high. This usually brings clear skies and fair weather. By charting their positions each day, weathermen can estimate the course they will take and the weather that will result. Keeping track of the steady parade of storms and fair weather requires the constant preparation of new maps. This is a never-ending task. Weathermen must construct these maps from a continuous flow of data that pours in from weather stations all over the world. Let us project our present knowledge with a little imagination and speculate on how satellites might be used in future operations. Prediction charts have indicated that a powerful hurricane will begin forming today in the Atlantic Ocean. The electronic weather map shows an intense storm system building up about 1,000 miles due east of Miami, Florida. The controller calls for a close-up satellite view of the troubled area.
Coco 526, Yankee 2.5.
Okay, controller, Coco 526, Yankee 2.5.
The characteristic swirling clouds of the hurricane are beginning to form. At sea, the waves anticipate the violence to come. The controller calls for a last-minute prediction of the hurricane's path. If control measures are not begun at once, the hurricane will smash across densely populated areas within 48 hours.
11 a.m. EST. A hurricane is forming 960 miles east of Miami, Florida. If control measures are ineffective, it will pass inland at Cape Hatteras in 48 hours. Control operations will begin within 2 hours, but safety precautions should be completed from Cape Fear, north no later than 6 p.m. tomorrow.
At Weather Central, the control strategy is mapped out. A ridge of high pressure slants across the eastern United States between two low-pressure storm systems. If these two storm centers are intensified, the high will build up along the coast, forming a barrier that will turn the hurricane out to sea.
As Weather War 101 is showing here, Hurricane Aaron was heading for the East Coast on 9/11/2001. And what you'll see from this video here in the short clip is a heterodyne wave was introduced off inland and used to counter so the 9/11 event could take place. See, here's the heterodyne wave taking across. It hits Aaron and keeps it offshore. They'll use it the opposite way to send it in if they want, to hit Washington, D.C., to hit Philadelphia, New York City, wherever they want. They have the control. They've had it for a very, very long time. But this was 9/11/2001, and you can see where it was stopped and steered out so the attacks on 9/11 could continue.
Stand by. Now pulling in satellite number 1 for visual check of low pressure systems L20 and L21.
The operator brings the satellite into focus on the two storms, one centered over Kansas, the other over Labrador.
Changing to northeastern low, L21.
with the touch of a button, the battle begins. On the ground, chemical cloud seeders begin to work the two storm areas.
Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And as it turns out, the cleanest.
Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I told you, it's raining. That's unbelievable. Oh. NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
À l'aéroport, nous sommes toujours avec madame qui revient de Saint-Martin. Comment est Saint-Martin maintenant?
C'est le chaos à Saint-Martin. Moi j'étais à Grand-Case et j'ai tout perdu. Le toit de ma maison s'est envolé. On a vécu l'ouragan dans mon dressing, dans un placard à 4, avec mes enfants et mon mari. On a failli mourir brûlé par ma voiture qui était juste derrière le mur où on était. Et on a failli aussi recevoir un conteneur de 35 pieds à 3 pas du mur où on était de l'autre côté. Je ne sais pas comment on est vivant, mais on l'est. Mon mari est toujours à Saint-Martin. Il est à Grand-Case. Je m'inquiète pour lui, mais il est avec... on a été recueillis dès le lendemain en fait par une famille de Saint-Martinois qui habite à côté au-dessus de nous et qui nous ont gentiment accueillis vraiment les bras ouverts et avec La condition, c'est qu'on était tout seul, on est toute une communauté dans un coin. Le problème, c'est qu'il faut sécuriser chaque endroit où il y a des survivants. Pas juste les laisser comme ça. Ça fait 3 nuits depuis l'ouragan, pas la première nuit, mais les nuits suivantes, où on se donne le tour la nuit pour...
Qu'en est-il des aides exactement?
Rien, on n'a rien reçu, rien vu, personne. Là où on était à Grand-Case, tout au bout, on n'a vu personne. Les secours n'arrivent pas, ils ne sont pas encore arrivés. On est dimanche là, c'était depuis mardi, il n'y a toujours pas de secours d'arriver, malgré tout ce qu'on peut dire en fait. Après, j'espère que ça va arriver, c'est en train d'arriver. J'ai des contacts en France qui disent qu'il y a des avions qui partent, tout est mis en branle pour ça. Mais c'est long. Côté hollandais, ils ont déjà tout organisé. Le lendemain, ils ont sécurisé Philipsburg, il y avait des militaires partout. Il faut savoir un truc, la prison de Saint-Martin a pété, les prisonniers sont sortis, ils ont passé la frontière. Parce que par contre, ils les ont laissés sortir. Ils laissent personne rentrer côté hollandais, mais ils ont laissé partir. Maintenant, ce qui se passe, c'est que ces prisonniers, ils ont attaqué la PAF côté français. Ils ont pris les gilets par balles, des cagoules et des flingues. Maintenant, ils sont dans la rue partout côté français. Je suis en colère. Où sont les militaires pour nous sécuriser? Mon mari est là-bas, il risque de se faire prendre une balle. Je suis avec mes enfants. J'ai recueilli 4 enfants. Un autre problème, des mamans m'ont donné leurs enfants. 4 enfants. 3 autres sont... 4 autres. Je suis partie avec... En tout, on était 10. Il y en a 4 qui sont là. Et j'en ai 4 autres qui sont là. Avec moi, sans leurs parents. Je suis leur autorité, j'ai les passeports avec moi, voilà ce que j'ai. J'ai leur passeport, j'ai tous ces passeports, on est 6 à vouloir partir. Sauf que moi je suis avec mes enfants, 2 enfants. Mais les 4 autres enfants, comment on va faire pour partir? Légalement, j'ai pas le droit de les emmener. Maintenant, c'est une question de légalité. Je veux emmener ces enfants parce que je sais qu'ils ont de la famille à Paris. J'ai les contacts de tout le monde dans mon téléphone. On s'est relayé pour avoir... Mais est-ce que j'ai le droit d'emmener ces enfants ou pas? Maintenant, ils comptent sur moi, ces enfants. Ils ont vraiment besoin de moi parce que je suis le seul lien avec Saint-Martin. Je suis la seule adulte. Leurs parents m'ont confié. Voilà. Donc on en est là. Maintenant, je ne sais plus rien parce que je ne peux plus contacter personne à Saint-Martin. Il n'y a pas de réponse, on n'a pas de réseau, pas d'électricité, rien. Donc on ne peut pas appeler, on ne peut pas les joindre.
Et ce soir, ça va se passer comment? Vous allez dormir où?
Regardez, voilà. Voilà, on est là, on attend, on n'a aucune information, personne. La Croix-Rouge fait ce qu'elle peut, le SAMU fait ce qu'ils peuvent. Ils essayent vraiment de nous aider au maximum avec ce qu'ils ont. Mais il y a un grand besoin d'aide, s'il vous plaît. On a besoin de partir, on a besoin de se reconstruire. Ailleurs, on a besoin de sauver ces enfants qui ont vécu un traumatisme. Nous, adultes, on va faire avec, mais les enfants ont besoin d'aide. Et surtout, il y a plein de petits, là. Ils ont besoin de partir. Voilà. Je croise les doigts qu'on puisse partir le plus tôt possible. Au moins, je me sens en sécurité parce que j'ai mes enfants avec moi ici. Et ça, c'est un soulagement déjà de se sentir en sécurité. C'est énorme, énorme. Maintenant, j'ai qu'une envie, c'est de me retrouver à Paris. Parce que j'ai de la famille, des amis qui m'attendent et qui vont pouvoir m'aider. Et ces enfants aussi, les 4 autres enfants aussi. Donc j'espère vraiment qu'on puisse partir très vite pour les secourir.
Merci à vous.
All stations, Sector C. Activate Phase 2, Control Plan Delta. Set vapor rockets for 42,000 feet.
As an emergency measure, the controller calls for a salvo of vapor rockets to be fired ahead of the path the hurricane is predicted to take. These artificial clouds will block the sun from evaporating more water to feed the hurricane. The reports coming into the control center indicate that the diversionary cloud seeding over Kansas is now creating a flood danger. Specially equipped robot aircraft are dispatched immediately to release a high concentration of cloud seeding material into the fringes of the storm. Heavier seeding from the ground also helps to subdue the rain by spreading it over a wider area.
And now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College of New York. Professor, lasers really to change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works.
After hours of tension, the turning point is reached. Latest reports indicate the control strategy is successful. At last, the high-pressure ridge has settled along the coast, forming an invisible wall of safety. The storm is over. The danger has passed. The hurricane has been defeated, turned away from the land, and left to spend itself harmlessly far out at sea. In the world of tomorrow, weather control will enrich and safeguard our daily lives. In the foreseeable future, we will conquer more than violent storms. We will turn the destructive elements of today into new sources of power, shaping the land on which we live. All mankind will benefit. Arid wastelands will be made green and fertile, and vast frozen areas will become productive. To this end, man-made satellites will probe the secrets of the skies. They will be our eyes in outer space.
Get ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake.
The pet goes.
Yes, the pet go. Fingers under the first word of the story. Get ready to read the story the fast way. Ready?
Kite.
Yes, kite. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready?
Kid.
Yes, kid. Sound it out. Get ready.
Kid.
Sound it out. Get ready.
Kid.
What word?
Kid.
Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready.
Seal.
What word?
Seal.
Yes, steel. Read these words the fast way. Get ready.
Playing.
Yes, playing. Get ready.
Must.
Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready.
Kite.
Yes, kite. Get ready.
Kit.
Yes, kit. Get ready.
Seal.
Yes, steel. Get ready.
Playing.
Yes, playing. Get ready.
Must.
Yes, must.
Say.
Say. Some say. Hearing. Say. Hearing. Say. Steel. Get ready.
Playing.
Yes, playing. Get ready.
Must.
Yes, must. Boys and girls, pick your reader up and proceed. Get ready.
The pet go.
Yes, the pet go. Fingers under the first word of the story. Get ready to